Hello guys and gals, Buffalo here. It's a hot one out here on the Buffalo Range today. I'm sweating already. I get asked sometimes why I include gals in my greeting to my videos. I usually open up with hello guys and gals. Well, that's because according to my analytics page, about 16% of you are either women or you're watching from your girlfriend's account. Either way, I still think I should greet you gals. What we're looking at today is the TriStar Viper G2 in 410. Now TriStar announced that they were bringing this out in 410 back in January 2018 at SHOT Show, and I was super excited. You know, you guys know I'm a fan of the smaller gauges and bores, like a 28 gauge and 410 bore. So, and I've got the 28 gauge in the Viper G2. You guys have seen it here on the channel. Really like that shotgun. I've shot it enough that, you know, it's earned my trust. Haven't had any malfunctions with that shotgun whatsoever. So I was excited when I heard that they were bringing out a 410. Now this one, you'll notice when you open the box, just like on the 28 gauge, it's going to tell you your shotgun may require a break-in period. Please shoot magnum loads for the first 20 rounds. Thereafter, light load shells will work with greater ease. Now, I did follow that. When I got the shotgun out, I put 25 rounds of 3-inch loads, and this gun is chambered for 3-inch and 2.5-inch. I know a lot of you guys like that. You like to hunt with the 3-inch loads. So this one will shoot either, and the way it's designed with the gas piston and the gas system in it, you don't have to change anything when going from a 2.5-inch light load 410 to a 3-inch. So it seems to cycle everything, and we'll demonstrate that later. I've got some different ammo that we'll run through it just to show that it will cycle them. It's got an advertised 5-round capacity magazine tube. Of course, it comes plugged to comply with federal waterfowl laws so that you can hunt with the gun. But the plug is that easy to remove. I don't know of any other shotgun that you can just remove the plug that easily. And as I was saying, it advertises as a 5-round magazine, but I'm only able to get 4 rounds of 2.5-inch in the magazine, or 3 rounds of 3-inch. So it's 4+1 or 3+1, depending on which length of shell you're shooting. I can demonstrate that for you real quick. I've got the plug out. We'll close this up. Now there's nothing in the chamber. We're just loading the magazine. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th one just won't quite go. So it'll hold 4+1 of the 2.5 or 3+1 of the 3. Now what I like what they've done here with this receiver. See how that's cut away? That makes it really easy to get to your magazine tube when you're loading these up. Some 410 shotguns, semi-autos, and really there's only one other semi-auto of this style, this sporting style of shotgun being manufactured that I know of, and that's the Remington 1100, which is going to cost you about twice as much as what you can pay for one of these. Now, I'm not knocking the Remington 1100, that's a great shotgun. I'm just saying not everybody can afford one, and it's nice to see TriStar get one over here in the country that we can afford. Now, I didn't put one in the chamber, and there's no need to cycle the rounds through the chamber to unload. Just press up on your loading gate, and there's a, whoa, shot that one out. There's a little lever on the right-hand side, on the inside. Just press that. Whoa, well, I'm fumble fingers this morning. It'll bring your shells right out to you. Got a nice bright colored follower there that's easy to see when you're empty. Of course, your bolt does lock back after the last shot. The wood they use on these, you know, these are made in Turkey. I know some people, they won't even look at one just because they're made in Turkey, and that's fine, you know. I'm not making that decision for you. I review guns, and this is a gun, so we're taking a look at it. Now, the wood they use is just really high quality. I'm really impressed. These TriStars, they're made by Armsden, but they're getting better all the time. You know, years ago, people had some trouble with them. Then the Gen 2 came out and solved a lot of the issues. And today's TriStar Viper G2 line is just, you know, I can't hardly fault them in any way. They're just really good running semi-automatics. Haven't had any trouble with any of them that I've ever shot. And the looks, the fit and finish is just getting better and better. This one actually looks better, in my opinion, than the 28 gauge that I got I guess it was maybe a couple years ago. You know, they're just getting better all the time. You've got a 26-inch ventilated rib barrel on this one. Got a fiber optic bead that comes standard on them. Now, this one has the black receiver. You can also get this in the bronze Cerakote receiver. So they do have some different options out there. Safety on these is located behind the trigger on the trigger guard. It's a trigger block style safety. Gun comes with a shim kit. Make sure you guys are checking your shotgun for fit and seeing if you need that shim kit. You know, I always shim my guns to fit me if they come with a kit. I think all shotguns should come with a shim kit these days. There's just no reason for them not to. Of course, they don't yet, so I'm glad that TriStar does include that. Makes the shotgun fit a lot better. And I've got a video on me fitting this exact shotgun, so I'll link that in the description and maybe try to put it on the end screen if you want to see how to fit this shotgun to yourself. Got a nice little recoil pad. Now, it's a 410, so you're probably not going to need much of a recoil pad. Very little recoil with this shotgun, even with the 3-inch rounds. They're just, the 410 just doesn't generate a lot of recoil. So also in the box, you're going to have your owner's manual, which this one just talks about the 12 and 20 gauge. Guys, I always forget to mention these are available in 12, 20, 28, and now 410. So you've got a lot of options with the Viper G2 line. The manual doesn't seem to be updated for 410 just yet. Like I said, this is a brand new shotgun, but all your controls and everything are the same, so you'll be fine with that manual. Now it'll come with this little box will have your choke tubes. These are the Beretta mobile choke style choke tubes. Look at those little guys. Little 410 chokes. Now it'll come with a full, a modified, and an improved cylinder. And of course, by them using the Beretta mobile choke, it's easy to find any other choke in between that you'd want to try to use. So you get a neat little carrying case to keep your tubes in. You also get a choke tube wrench. Now this will work for 12, 20, 28 gauge, 410. Nice little wrench to have around. And your shim kit that I mentioned earlier. Of course, I did use some of the shims out of my shim kit. So a neat little carrying case to keep your stuff in. Now, the barrels on these TriStar Viper G2s are chrome lined. The chamber is chrome lined, the barrel's chrome lined. You know, that's a nice touch to have. Makes the barrel tougher and easier to take care of. Also, while I've got this shotgun unloaded here, these have your recoil spring is on the magazine tube. Which makes it easier for maintenance. I prefer the recoil spring on a shotgun, on a semi-auto shotgun, to be on the magazine tube. Some shotguns have them in the buttstock. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just if you ever get your gun, you know, I'm not the most sure-footed person in the world. When I get out hunting, my guns get wet, I drop them, get them in the creek, all kinds of stuff, and it's just easier to take everything apart when everything's up here and clean it, dry it out, than it is when you've got to take the buttstock off and get inside that tube that holds your spring and all that stuff. So I do kind of prefer this design. It does, with some shotguns, when they've got the spring up front, it makes the forearm, the fore-end, feel kind of fat. You won't notice that with the Viper G2s. They've engineered it really well. You got a nice slim fore-end on there. Don't have to worry about the fore-end being bulky because your recoil springs up front. I'm gonna drop my plug back in before I lose it. So this shotgun has an advertised weight of 5.7 pounds. We'll put it on my little scale here. Look at that, 5.714 pounds. So pretty close to the advertised weight. You're always going to have little fluctuations with your wood. So pretty much on the money with the advertised weight on this one. And they do keep that weight down with an aluminum alloy receiver. You can see that black finish on there. Okay, so that just about does it for covering the specs and things on this shotgun. We're going to go shoot it here in just a minute. We'll mention this gun has an MSRP of $624. You're likely to find it at your gun shop for probably $550 or so. Going to be shooting, I'm going to grab the GoPro and we'll go over here and shoot it and demonstrate some different ammo. You know, one thing over the 410 has over on my 28 gauge is the variety of ammo. With all the 410 handguns and the 410 uppers for AR-15s and stuff like that coming out, there's just a wide variety of 410 ammo out there that we can choose from. With the little 28 gauge, you're pretty much limited to birdshot. Going to be very bright. We're going to go over here in the field and shoot. We'll shoot some hand-thrown clays and some steel plates. This thing does have a textured top here on the vent rib that keeps glare down, so that's going to come in handy as bright as it is today. But that's really all I've got as far as specs go. Now we can get to the good stuff. Let's go shoot it. All right, so it's time to do some shooting. Now guys, I have put about 200 rounds, a little more than that, through this shotgun. Just a combination of hunting loads and target loads, and so far haven't had a single malfunction whatsoever. So we'll just do a little cycling test right here while we're in the shade, and we'll head over to the field here in a minute. I want to stay out of that hot sun as long as I can. So we'll start out with some 2.5 inch Winchester AA's. These are number 8 shot, 1/2 ounce. Put one in the chamber. Now, if we do get a malfunction today, and I've got it on camera, you guys can be sure that I will show that to you. I edit my videos for purposes of entertainment and to keep them short, but I don't edit out malfunctions. That's one of my favorite things to show, actually. It shows that all guns can malfunction, and it just adds a human touch. Things go wrong sometimes. So, got one in the chamber, 4 in the mag tube. This gun cycles really fast. It cycles a lot faster than I can actually shoot it. But I'll try to shoot some pretty quick on that, that target right there for you. 5 rounds. So there you go. 5 rounds of 2.5 inch without a hitch. Let's grab some of these 3 inch. These are Winchester Super X 11/16 ounce of number 4 shot. So a heavier load, longer shell. You can see there's the 3 inch. Here's the 2.5. This will show at least a little bit that this thing will cycle. Now I can just get 1 in the chamber and 3 in the mag tube, so we only got 4 rounds in. Four rounds. But what about a mixture? Let's start out with a 2.5 inch in the chamber. And we'll put a 3 inch in the mag tube, a 2.5 inch, and another 3 inch. That'll be a good little cycling test. Let's see. Let's try this other target. There you go. So you can see that it cycles, but can I hit anything with it? Let's go out here in this hot sun and find out. All right, so it's over 90 degrees and I'm out here in an open field with no shade around in the sun trying to do a video. Now, this bright light's not the best to try to video in, but we'll make do with what we've got. I've got a pocket full of Winchester AA number 9 shot, 1/2 ounce. And I've got an old box of clay pigeons here. We'll do some hand-thrown clays. You guys know how this works. I'll start out with one and just kind of work my way up. Dusting him. Let's load 2 rounds up. Two down. This little shotgun is so lightweight, and I've got it shimmed up to where it just points naturally for me. Just a really nice shooting little small bore shotgun. Let's try for 3. Get 3 rounds loaded up. I think I missed that first one. I'll have to try that again. Three down. That's a lot of fun, guys. All right, guys, I was about to cut the video off right there on those 3, but I've got exactly 4 shells left in my pocket. We might as well go ahead and try for 4. 4 with a 410. That'll be pretty good shooting for me if I'm able to do that. Some of these exhibition shooters just do some crazy stuff with the shotgun, but I work full time. I'm not an exhibition shooter. See if we can hit 4 with the little Viper G2 410. Ha! 4 down. What about that? The secret is the shims. I'm telling you guys, we don't. A lot of people don't talk about the shims enough, but having that gun fit and you don't have to look for the target. Full focus is on the target. The gun's there where it's supposed to be. It just makes a big difference. Okay, so I was going to do a lot more shooting. I had a lot more shooting planned. I was going to do some patterning and shooting some slugs and different stuff through this shotgun on this video, but a couple things working against me. Nobody watches these really long videos, or at least very few of you do. And the other thing is, it is just so stinking hot today. I think I'm just going to come back and do a part 2 and just do a shooting only video on this little shotgun and show you guys how it shoots, and we'll shoot some slugs through it, some buckshot, and show some patterns at different ranges and things like that. But I'm going to have to call it quits for today. I am burning up. As always, the links to my other social media accounts are in the description of this video. Also, the video where I show how to use these shims is in the description of this video. Be sure and check it out. And that's really all I've got for you guys today. You guys have a happy Independence Day. Independence Day is coming up. Today is July the 1st, so it'll be here before you know it. and I'll talk with you all again soon.